So, chat, you still have more to say about Far Cry?
You know, like 15 minutes into Far Cry and Chill, and it gives you this look.
And it gives you this look.
So, I didn't have all that much in terms of expectations for Far Cry 5 because I looked, it's like, oh yeah, it's just another Far Cry. I'm going to do all the same things again. And sometimes it was, but it was also better. I think Ubisoft has finally gotten over one of its core gameplay mechanics. So, right into the intro, one of the guys who's doing the tutorial for me tells me I have to go climb a tower to get something set up for a radio. I'm in the middle of climbing this tower when he says, I know what you're thinking, and no, I'm not going to make you climb towers all over Hope County.
Wow. That's funny.
In fact, yeah.
Great.
There was only one other time I climbed towers, and each time they were just cell towers that I climbed with a grappling hook. There wasn't like a puzzle element or anything to that. It was just for one mission, and it was just 3 towers that were right next to each other and stuff like that. So, yeah, no
So
towers
does that
in.
mean-
There's no towers in Origins. There's no towers here in Far Cry 5. I think they're done.
There's no towers in Origin?
No.
Huh.
No, you just unlock the map as you move. Same for Far Cry.
And there was no towers in Watchdog. It's 2.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
There weren't.
I think there was. I think you saw it to do the unlock box, which wasn't necessarily a tower, but still an environmental puzzle. But even then,
But even then, it wasn't as bad because like the environmental puzzles for Watch Dogs 2 were more hacking based, so they were still like, oh, this is still cool and fun. Versus, I'm gonna climb to the top of this thing for no reason. My guy's gonna look out and apparently unlock way further than the human eye can see.
yes.
And now, just from being up here, I can remember where every single thing on this map is.
Expectations
It's outrageous.
defied. So yeah, it actually beat a lot of expectations. So the game opens up and then becomes the formula they recently did with Ghost Recon Wildlands, where instead of having to do certain things or certain story missions to get to the end, you basically, in each region, just do enough stuff to get yourself to the final confrontations.
Word.
So you have only 3 regions. Each one is controlled by one of the lieutenants of the cult family. And they all had their own unique brand of evil, which was really good. They were all compelling villains. You had down the south, one was like obsessed with like torture as a way of like acceptance. One was a drug manufacturer that made this drug specifically for this cult. And the other was like one of those like ones that does like mental retraining kind of deals. And they were all more interesting than the main antagonist, but I guess that was kind of the point. Like, the main antagonist, he was the leader of this organization, but these lieutenants, they're the villains you have to fight to get to the leader. And the leader's just... I'm just going to tell everyone in advance, don't bother trying to get to the end of the game all that fast, because the ending sucks.
Word. Yeah, that sounds like
the ending sucks.
That sounds like a Far Cry game.
Yeah, it undermines everything you do. And it's stupid.
DLC ending incoming.
Yeah, I know. Like, after you do both endings, because you can choose whether to walk away or you can choose whether to do the final confrontation. After you do that, that disappears from the map, but you can still keep working. And there is some villain stupidity going on in here. So, every time you're in a zone, there's 3 event markers where you have to do something to get to that event and happen. And every time you pass an event marker, they'll send out a kidnapping squad to come get you. And no matter where you are or what you're doing, I've read there was someone who got kidnapped while they were driving a helicopter. You'll get kidnapped 3 times per zone you're in, so that they can advance the plot by have this villain capture you and then do things to you to try and make you to, I guess, join their cult or use you somehow. But I'm like, this is not just any ordinary Bond supervillain stupidity. I mean, you have like practically 10 times where you could have killed this character, and instead you didn't. You idiots. You are all very stupid.
You're all very stupid.
It gets annoyingly predictable because once you reach that goal post and something pops up on your screen, you're like, okay, I'm gonna get kidnapped again eventually. Just make this happen and get it over with.
Just stand still while you wait for the
Well,
kidnapping.
you have to go somewhere to get, because when you're at the bases, and you establish a base every time you take over an outpost that's still in the game, and once you make your way through, like, you'll get shot with an arrow, or you'll get hit with a flashbang, or you'll just pass out because drugs.
Drugs.
And yeah, there were so many opportunities where they could have killed you.
Huh.
But it's a game and they're villains. So.
Yeah, they're villains, and villains are always dumb. That's the only thing that we've ever learned playing video games is that villains are dumb.
Yep. The other thing is that the marketing is at complete odds with the actual content of the game. Like
I read about that.
Yeah.
So like
I said it a little bit in the video. Yeah, there's a governor you help later on who refers to those Obama supporting libtards, and it was supposed to be funny, but
it's not.
I don't think video game writers should try to be funny ever, because I don't remember the last time I've really played a game that was outright funny, and usually comes across as trying too hard.
You don't know Jack.
Yeah, that was it.
That's all I got. You don't know Jack. Funniest game of all time.
Stanley
Hands down.
Parable for me, but this
Stanley
game.
Parable.
Yeah.
From what I saw, the video that I was watching, I forgot who it was that was playing. It was a female gamer. She was streaming it, and like I was watching this, and I was like, if this is a real game, this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
It
in my
is.
life.
But this game, so like, I guess they tried it for humor, but all in all, the case is that this death cult is just a death cult who seems to imply that they're displeased with the man in charge currently, and they're a multiracial cult too. They're like not a white supremacist group or anything like that. All the enemies are randomly generated. They all have different hairstyles, colors, ethnicity, everything. So that really didn't play into it.
So the marketing tactic was just a marketing.
Just
tactic.
marketing, because then
smart.
you meet all the characters of Hope County, and it's a backwoods kind of thing. So you get a lot of the kooky, folksy, crazy characters out there, but it's a lot of people with overall. I don't want to say like completely conservative views, but it was conservative views. A lot of religious folk, but like normal religious folk, just plain old-fashioned MURICA people. And that entailed the inhabitants of this region. And I actually like the characterization a lot, because despite whatever you think, these people were a lot more real than past games. Especially being an American and playing this American game. You meet all these people who, not all of them are loons. Most of them are fairly well balanced.
But for the most part, they're crazy.
There's a couple of crazies, but like, as I said in an article where I referred to one of the NPCs as my waifu, there are 9 characters you can get to join you who are specialty characters, but you can also hire any gunman from any of the settlements or outposts anywhere. Like, every time you free an outpost, do a story mission, free a location, you will get the option to just hire some of the NPCs to come along with you. And they have so much personality that this one NPC I met, I rather had her around than some of the other NPCs, because they weren't interesting. Like, one was like a quiet sniper girl, archer with a bow, and then another was a quiet sniper girl, but with a rifle.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's like, okay, so you have 2 quiet sociopathic girls. All right? You had 9 characters to make, 6 of which are human, 3 are animals, and 2 of them are just, cold snipers. All right? And then 2 of them are just wacky characters. You get Herc. Who's from Far Cry 4. He made it. I guess he lives in Montana, so you get to see him again.
That's pretty dope.
He's just one of your hillbilly American types. There's another guy with a flamethrower, and he's just like a goofy, crazy type too. So you have 2 male characters who are just goofy, crazy dudes. And like, okay, But then I had this other random girl that I just had assigned with me, and she was fun with me, and she said the funniest things, even though she was just a normal character, just a random NPC I could have hired anywhere. And they do have different voices, so they do have different things to say, but I'll be walking along and they'll mention like things I'm walking by. Oh yeah, I used to go to here for summer camp, stuff like that. And they talk to the other named characters by name. This NPC started talking to Herc, like as Herc, hey Herc, how are you doing this and this? And he'll respond. So they planned for all the characters you can hire to interact with each other. They put a lot of life into every single character.
Sheesh.
Well done,
that's
Ubisoft.
yeah. Ubisoft is doing a great job of that. Like a lot of the Japanese companies are doing a great job. I feel like that's the next evolution of gaming. Like I
Yeah.
want all the processing power that comes in the PS5 or the next Xbox to be like the upgraded processing power. I need it to be solely dedicated to making it possible to make this world as real as possible. Like I don't ever want a good example is like Fable. Like if you remember playing Fable, there were people you pissed off, and if you pissed them off, you pissed them off for the rest of the game. It wasn't like, oh, just go back in 20 minutes and you start that character tree over. No, like these people hated you till you did something that made them feel otherwise. And if we can get that in like a full-fledged capacity in every game that comes out where like
Dragon Age does a good job with, getting people to hate or like you in your party. I'll
yeah,
say that.
Dragon Age does a great job. I think I heard Skyrim does a good job with it. The Witcher,
It
from
doesn't.
what I
It really doesn't.
No?
That's good. Nah, Skyrim
oh
doesn't.
Jesus, The Witcher, how did that do?
Well, I mean, it was just you, but they did a good job of fleshing out that world. So it
Yeah,
was
but that's what I
good,
mean. Like
yeah.
the NPCs and the people you interact with, like Yakuza does it phenomenally.
The most recent do it the best, and like we already have good game mechanics down pat. So like Far Cry 5 is the best Far Cry in terms of game mechanics. It really completely streamlined the formula. It just got everything just a little bit better. The menus were a little bit on the messy side where I had to kind of flip back and forth between them, but weren't too bad. And like they really fixed the crafting system, and by fixed I mean they removed it, which is always good in my book. Because in like Far Cry 3 and 4 you had to find very specific animals to skin to make an upgrade. Oh, you want a new wallet? Well, you're gonna have to find a crocodile,
Well, that makes sense. You
and
need leather.
a Wolverine, and kill those two and skin them to make your wallet.
Wait, a
but,
Wolverine? How does a Wolverine have to do with a wallet?
There actually are Wolverines in Far Cry 5.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with a wallet?
I have no idea, but that's
What does
how,
the
that's-
X-Men character have to do with wallets?
That's what it was, man. But either way, what they did was they just let you hunt animals. You can skin them. You sell them for money. You buy all your upgrades with money.
Oh, so I'm not self-sufficient anymore?
No, you are, because you just earn money for whatever you hunt.
So I'm a
you-
self-sufficient murderer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So instead of having to kill a specific
I feel
set
like
of
Peter's
animals,
I feel like Peter's gonna make a couple of Ubisoft phone calls soon.
whatever. Yeah, you make a hunt. Yeah, you do better if you get clean kills and you get more skins. But you sell those at the outpost to get money to buy your upgrades. That's it. No more. Get so much of this animal and so much of that animal, and then you can upgrade. It's just hunt the animals, sell their skins, upgrade.
Done.
Perfect. So I think that was really well done, that they kind of streamlined everything is streamlined. You got the progression system where I didn't even finish all the story missions by the time I was done with the game
Wow.
because I did enough other stuff, and some of the story missions aren't that interesting sometimes. So I just was like, now I'll do something else. And the game's cool with you doing other things.
that makes a lot of sense.
Everything's kind of a contained story. You may find yourself wanting to complete the game if you do want to finish the Testy Festi, which is the Testicle Festival held down in Hope County.
Yeah, I was hoping you weren't gonna say that.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
MURICA. Pew pew. This bottom line, Far Cry 5 is MURICA, the game.
MURICA the game.
This is MURICA. You want to see MURICA? Play Far Cry 5.
MURICA the game.
Absolutely. That's
So-
the bottom line.
That's funny. Word. I mean, all right. well, you guys know what to do at this point. We're out of things to say. So like, comment, and subscribe. My question with Far Cry is, where do we go next? Like, they've done the abstract, weird, foreign location. They did like the retro idea. They did the homeland.
Well,
at least for us, the homeland.
The season pass, which I'm actually going to get because I really enjoyed the game that much, that's going to have 3 different like fantasy locations. They're going to do a zombie one, they're going to do one on the moon, and another one, but they're going to go wacky. And I didn't even get into Far Cry to Arcade, which is just like a make-your-own level system. Yeah, like anytime you want, you can just stop playing and play Far Cry to Arcade and then play a whole bunch of user-made levels.
I kind of wish you would have said that they said the moon, they said Mars instead of the moon, because then it could be Far Cry 5, Return of Red Faction Guerrilla.
Who knows? It might. I mean, THQ literally rebought all those properties.
Well, Red Faction is coming back out.
Yeah.
That's a story for another day. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Keep up with us over here at Hard Mode Gamers. And thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. See you later.